Reconferencing. Yeah. Michigan versus Ohio State. 1992. Mike Talley, my friend, my brother, my big brother from Cooley High. You know, I studied law in college and I like suing people. And it's just dawned on me. You have a lawsuit, buddy, with Fisher for one. P. Fisher, the coach of the Michigan Wolverines. Um, University of Michigan, perhaps. We'll talk about that later. Let's go outside here. So what I figured out is that, you know, I always had a problem with you staying at Michigan when I thought you should have left, right? Remember, just like everybody else. We all thought you should have left. But it was something in you that kept saying no. And whatever it was, I said, you know, I believed in what you believed in. You said you was going to stay. And it's a lot of good things that happen. For instance, the Final Four in 1992 against Cincinnati. I don't, you know, you had a lot of haters in the state of Michigan. And I was in college in 93 and I was doing my thing in high school, so I wasn't paying attention to a lot of TV. I was busy working at work too in high school. You know, we was undefeated. So I had a lot of stuff that was on my mind. So I didn't have a chance to, but it's 2024 here now, buddy, and I look for myself. I've been watching some of these games on YouTube. And, you know, when I came back, you had a lot of people talking down on you. And a couple games that I have already watched through the years, I said, Mike didn't do as bad as they said. It was coaching. You know, your coach, Fisher, who is from Illinois, his daddy told him to take you out of the starting lineup, which he said, which NCAA commentators mentioned on TV, which you have a really good lawsuit, buddy, with that one too. You know, by him saying that they discriminated on you. But what I want to talk about now is how good Mike Talley did against Cincinnati. Really awesome. If it wasn't for you, Mike Talley, you here in University of Michigan, y'all would have lost. And what he did, I've seen that particular game that he played. He did the same thing in his junior year in in the state championship at the University of Michigan. The same type of game that he had against Cincinnati. And the game that he had, he just ran the point to the best of his ability. He didn't do a whole lot of great. He didn't do a whole lot of bad. He just was solid. He was solid at the point guard position against a trapping Cincinnati team. And the biggest thing that we need to give him credit, he shut down Nick Van Axel. Yeah, y'all gotta give him that credit. Nick had 19 when they took Mike out, and number 32, the white guy, came in and fouled Nick shooting the 3-pointer, and he went and hit the free throws and scored the bucket. He had 21 from there, right? He missed the other free throw, but the game was over, right? But Mike was in Van Axel's head. If y'all paid attention to the game, y'all can go look it up on YouTube. He was in Van Axel's head. Van Axel was shooting free throws, and he was talking to Mike. And y'all know Van Axel is one of the greatest point guards the NBA have ever seen. They brought Kobe in to knock Van Axel out. Kobe Bryant had to do it. They had to bring Kobe Bryant in to get rid of Nick Van Axel. And basketball is like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Isaiah Thomas. Well, hold on for my pick is Isaiah Thomas, Michael Jordan. But then you have to put y'all pick in it. Y'all got, what about Kobe? Kobe, LeBron, Kobe. So Kobe came in and he got Van Axel out of there. It was gonna be Shaq and Van Axel. They didn't like Van Axel taking all those shots. But boy, was he fun to watch, wasn't he, guys? It was fun to watch Van Axel at point guard at LA. Even when Magic came, which y'all can't blame that on Van Axel. Y'all brought in Magic Johnson, who ain't never coached the Little League. Another story for another time. However, because we talking about Mike Talley and how, bro, you got a lawsuit. But we had always said that. We just didn't know how. We had always said it's some lawsuits, potential lawsuits, because the fact that they had you come to the school, and the biggest reason that I just seen, which was against Ohio State. Now, they play you when they need you. But when they don't need you, they don't play you. So the thing is this. When you sign with a college, you know what I'm saying, you putting your whole life on these people's hands. And for them to use, especially us black athletes that come to these schools and they use us and abuse us. And Mike Talley may be the biggest sign of that. They play him when they want to. And that, it's an old phrase. We say it's hoeing. You hoeing him. You play him. His family and friends and everybody watches the game, and you don't play him in the playoff NCAA tournament in Ohio State. You don't play him. Now I noticed from the Indiana game that Michigan in 1992 had the best collegiate basketball team in the nation if they have Mike Talley on the court. Without him, y'all don't have the best team. And it was proven. That's why the situation with Chris Webber in the timeout happened, is because you didn't have Mike Talley, your point guard, in the game. The old saying is this: God don't like ugly. And it's proven by y'all having Mike Talley on the bench. And then y'all was right. Y'all pointed, it's Mike fault. It's Mike fault for calling timeout. He not in the game. The people on the court are supposed to be the ones that pay attention. He not even in the game. He not even in the game. It's just like a fan outside telling you to call a timeout. You call a timeout. He not even in the game. So, but that's not none of the players' fault. It all goes down on Fisher. I'm telling y'all the truth. Y'all don't want to hear it that this Illinois man that y'all had coached the Michigan Wolverines betrayed y'all. He didn't ever care about y'all. And I don't think Juwan Howard was really with y'all neither, guys. Seeing that I'm the real Juwan from the state of Michigan, and it's some games that I seen some things that I personally didn't like that Juwan Howard did. That raised my antennas on loyalty to the team when he from Illinois. And I believe they took care of him. But that's another story too, right? That's another story, another time. But the coach, since we on coaching, is where it's all started. If and it's racist. This racist. Check this out, y'all. The University of Michigan coach should have been when Steve Fisher left Ben Kelsey. Why? Because he had proven that he won 3 state championships in the state of Michigan. Now, if that would have been a white coach in the state of Michigan that won 3 state championships, they would have went crazy in the United States. I'm sorry, in Michigan, if you didn't hire him as the new head coach for the Michigan Wolverines when he didn't won 3 straight championships, did something that no other coach have done. Not just in the state of Michigan, in the nation, in America. And you looked over him and brought in a guy from Illinois to coach our team. And his daddy, who is from Illinois, called up to the state of Michigan, and told him to take Mr. Basketball in the state of Michigan out of the lineup. Out of the starting lineup. The only upperclassman that was playing. Now, I ain't going to even talk about Riley. Yeah, he was supposed to play too. Why? Who? He was supposed to play over Juwan Howard. There's no way in the hell Juwan Howard was supposed to play over Riley. Chris Webber was supposed to be the power forward. Riley was supposed to be the center. Juwan Howard was supposed to come off the bench. To be honest. To be honest. But that proves to me that there was some deceit in there, because just because you had another Illinois person, a mole inside, you had a mole that was on the bench, and you had, I say two because I don't trust that red shirt, but you had a mole, you had a mole on the bench as a coach, and you had Juwan Howard on the floor, a mole. Both of these people were from Illinois, bona fide Illinois name basketball people. Steve Fisher daddy was a basketball coach. These people from Illinois. And instead of having a Negro coach the University of Michigan, they went and got a coach from another state. And to be honest, he did exactly what he was supposed to do, which was make Michigan lose the national titles. Not, y'all thinking of 2. Cooley, we won 3 state championships. So, definitely 3. Because you never know. If Michigan would have won 2 national championships, Chris may have stayed for the third championship. It's a possibility. Because they knew they would have did something that had never been done. Well, they would have had 3. But then, who knows? They could have went for 4. Who knows what could have happened? But the point is, Mike Talley was supposed to be the starting point guard for the University of Michigan, and y'all still doing the wrong. Especially like when y'all just had this reunion, and y'all didn't invite him. He ain't gonna say shit, but I'm gonna say something. That was some bitch shit. Yeah, and that's why y'all didn't win the national title, just because of that bitch shit right there. That's the reason. And it ain't, see, basketball supposed to teach us about life. That's what Nate Smith created the game of basketball. That's part of it. It was supposed to be part of building character for people who play baseball and football. So he was doing something to try to build up the character, because he knew in sports, character produces a lot of courage, which put people in positions when they supposed to be scared and nervous, where they can think smooth, strong, and conscious, with a conscious, strong, positive, um, moral intent. You say, why is moral intent? Because moral take the selfish shit away from you and allow you to pass the ball to somebody in the corner that's wide open, instead of thinking about you trying to be like Kobe, LeBron. You pass it to Steve Kerr in the corner and you win a championship, just because you was unselfish. That's why basketball, well, that's one of the beautiful things about the game, in which obviously you motherfuckers still didn't learn, because as adults, you still pushed out your teammates. There's other motherfuckers that's on that team that should be recognized, because y'all didn't practice against yourselves to make yourself better, to help. And please don't let me be the person that mention all the homework and girl numbers and hookups and lookouts and all type of teammate shit that was um, distributed amongst the brotherhood that allowed y'all to be considered one of the greatest basketball teams that ever was put together in any sport. But it goes to show you, arrogance and selfish shit take away even the best in the world. And that's what happened when y'all fucked over Mike Talley. Y'all took the best team that was ever assembled, and y'all let moles come in and divide y'all. And then they told y'all that y'all was sticking together. We'll add on to this later. Talk to y'all later.